Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel and welcome to this video. Today we will be painting in a sketchbook and I will show you how I painted this butterfly. So without further ado, let's get to it. I will be using my watercolors, sky and vibrant set. Also a color from Sennelier, Fucsia quinacridone. For the brushes I will be using Panart round number 8 brush, Raphael number 8 round brush, and also I'll be using this no-name detail brush. Of course, we will be needing an ink pen for inking. I will start with wetting my paper, so I'm just splattering some water and then adding the drips from the butterfly, picking up a little bit of the green. I have mixed my green and yellow to create this little bit more yellowish green, and then added those drips or bleeds, and then here and there I have added a little bit of the green, rinsed my brush and then just moved that paint around. Same thing with the yellow, and I'm just minding to leave the white spots. I don't want to paint the entire butterfly. I do want to have and preserve a little bit of the white of the paper. So in some parts I'm adding a little bit more saturated paint, rinsing my brush and then moving it slightly, adding a little bit less saturated and lighter paint. Picking up a little bit of the turquoise. I do want to create just a few details with the turquoise. So I did the same thing, added darker paint and rinsed my brush and moving it, making some parts a little bit lighter. Now I have picked up pink and again adding some details with pink, rinsing my brush, drying it onto a paper towel and then moving paint around, creating a lighter parts. I'm gonna do the same thing with this Fucsia quinacridone from Sennelier. And I don't want to add too much of that pigment because it's quite vibrant and I do want to make it a little bit lighter, just in a couple of spots, very saturated. You can see me now just adding a very light washes, and I'm going all around adding darker and a lighter washes just to create the texture and the interest to my butterfly, to the edges and just the veins. I want to add a little bit of that violet. So I'm adding quite this time saturated, straight from the pan color. And with the clean water, it just in some parts softening one side. Adding a couple of splatters with green, with yellow, and with that violet. And I did want to soften some of them, so with the clean water and my brush I'm just tapping onto the paper. I do want to paint the body of my butterfly quite dark, so I've picked up that violet and I'm not going to paint one, I guess again same equal body. I do want to paint it leaving some spots white and using also turquoise and green to make it a little bit more interesting. I'm going to paint his legs also in that violet, but I will be adding later on pink to this, so I will make it a little bit darker and more pronounced. Now that the paint has somewhat dried, I'm going around with a detail brush and adding some details to the veins, and I'm not again trying to paint one line. I'm just making it broken, in some parts a little bit thicker, in some parts a little bit thinner, just to make it a little bit more interesting and natural looking. I don't want one evenly thick line. So when I was happy, I left it to dry fully, and now I'm gonna do the inking. And my ink is water soluble, so I will not be adding watercolors on top. But if you're using waterproof ink, you can add your watercolors on top. Ink first, that's just completely up to you. I left the inking for the end. And I'm just emphasizing some details with the ink, and I'm not gonna do again every single line that I have on my sketch. That I have painted. I'm just emphasizing some of the lines and doing some details, making some parts a little bit darker. This is also a black ink pen. So I love to do these parts like a triangle, and those parts where those lines meet a little bit more pronounced. And I also wrote in the note, because this is the sketchbook I love to do, and I am filling it on my Patreon with my patrons. So this is just one of the pages, and we're just painting each painting and then adding some note. So if you want to check it out, you can check the real-time video on my Patreon. I will put the link in the description. Also just added a couple of more details to finish it off with ink, and also some splatters with watercolors. And with that, we'll be finishing off. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, quick and simple one. And thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you do like it, please hit the like button, share it, and comment. If you haven't still, please do subscribe to my channel. I have many tutorials there. And also check out my Patreon. Again, thank you so much, and see you next time. Bye!